Hello there, and welcome back to War Thunder, to a match in the Iron Duke on Berlin, battle modes, and later on also a plane. So, the battle that I played is the second last battle before I jumped over 100 million silver lines again. And again, I'm playing here on Berlin in one of my favorite positions, where I go in very aggressively and hold it for a very long time, trying to deal here with the enemy team as efficiently as possible. I think the majority of the gameplay is self-explanatory. So let's talk about the silver line. So I spent the last few days and even weeks occasionally trying out various different nations with tanks in Tank RB, with their premium tanks, with the reward tanks. What are the most rewarding tanks? And obviously I looked on the silver line modifier, then the battle rating, the usual meta, what kind of opposition you face, how easy it is to get the caps and the kills, and how often you win games by default, how strong your average team is in the respective nations. And I'm not quite done here trying it out, but I think it is really important to say that the Iron Duke is a fantastic tank, and the Tech Tree counterpart is obviously the very same, just with less silver line earning potential. So the Comet 1 and the Iron Duke together with the AC4, they all sit at 5.0, and the AC4 together with the Iron Duke, which is, as far as I can remember, a reward tank. They have a good silver line income with a perfect silver line modifier of 1.4 times 2.0. That's as good as it can get for premium tanks. And so even at higher tiers, you just don't earn more. If you then notice that the gameplay is a bit more slow-paced, you have time to think, make tactical decisions, then you can see where this is going. Add to this now the fantastic 17-pounder with the great AP shot and the even more fantastic APDS, and combined with this position, oh well, there is just no, it's just no contest. It's not a big surprise that you can do fairly well. Now this tank here conveniently stops, angles, and so I can one-shot him with an APDS round. But I noticed here a KV2, but while we are at it, yeah, we go here in with one good shot. Gunner is down, engine is down, he's burning, his turret rotation is slowed down. Let's immobilize here the Hetzer that just comes by. The IS-2 has no chance. KV-2 has its gunner back, but just for a moment. We get the kill, and then let's just finish here the Hetzer for a quadruple strike, or multi-strike times 4. And that's already an ace, so you can see how strong this position is and how easy it is to defend. On the other hand, no position in War Thunder is flawless, and that was a pretty good shot. Now, one thing to add here is that you have 20 of those single smoke rounds, and they're fantastic. So here I play a little bit of a mind game with the PT-76. His turret ring is taken out, he has to repair, I have to repair, and I don't want to stay in the same position. I switch here to this position, then pop a smoke grenade as well, and time it right with the 15 seconds remaining repair time. I know where he will pop up, but he has no idea that I'm here. This is why I make always those strange camera positions. And yeah, one final note here before I talk about the silver line earning potential again. I just have to say that when it comes down to the crosshair, I prefer the red one. I made a guide how to get it. You have to go into your options, and then I think at the very bottom of it there is then the crosshair lighting, and then you have to assign a button to it, and you have to press it every single battle once, and then the crosshair is red. And there we have the kill now on the PT-76. 6 kills right there. Finally, we can talk about the silver lines, right? Now, I talked quite a bit in the past about the silver line earning potential of tanks and compared it, in my opinion, to planes. Planes have a higher modifier, 2.4 instead of 1.4, respectively, between the planes and the tanks when it comes to the best silver line modifiers, and so for the same action you just simply get more. On the other hand, if you are a free-to-play player, if you are just somebody that can't sustain the premium account forever, what are their other options? Well, you just can play then for the war bonds, and then therefore can get very efficiently also some low tier premium planes and tanks. You just have to time it right, and I know you have to play a lot for it. On the other hand, at the end of the day, it's for free. Then there are also the wages, the login boosters, all the stuff that doesn't cost you anything. I talked massively enough about it. On the other hand, where is now the maximum that you can achieve with a premium account, with premium tanks, and a good battle that you win? Well, I think the one that you can expect if you're a really good player is 100,000 silver lines if you get a lot of kills, and also if you cap a lot. And capping is just worth 2.5 times the amount of a tank kill of the same battle rating. So that tells you quite a lot. But also you then can jump into aircraft, and I personally despise a sky full of aircraft, but I understand why people are doing it. For the revenge kill, for helping their team out with spotting and suppressing enemies, looking for campers, for flankers. Planes bring a lot of tactical diversity into the game, no doubt about this. I fully understand this. But you know, from a gameplay experience, if you try to make a magical gameplay here in your tank and then a plane comes just screaming out of the sky, yeah, that is just not fun. And this is now where I'm a little bit in the corner, and I am morally compromised here. Because in this battle and in some other battles I use more and more aircraft. It's not the greatest fun there, I understand the frustration, and I always have the good luck that when I'm in the sky there are 5 enemy planes as well. You can take 1 down, 2 down, but then there is just a more maneuverable plane behind you, and then do you want to waste your ordnance on dropping it? There are so many points. Now, the actual point that I want to make is, what do you then do with all the required silver lines or acquired silver lines? Let's talk about the future of War Thunder. Let's be honest here, it's more and more about top tier. Every single patch brings more and more top tier vehicles into the game, and they're not getting cheaper. On average, a top tier tank costs 1.1 million silver lines to get, the same for getting it into the expert qualification. But before that you also have to get it in the crew, obviously, to be then competitive. Then you have the stock tank, then you need to grind for the upgraded ammunition, mostly it's APFSTS, and that is not for free, and then you don't really earn all that much. The same goes for ships. We will see more and more high tier ships. Looking at the current state of naval RB at least, you know, when you have to pay for the KMS Köln 40,000 silver lines repair cost, for the KMS Emden 40,000 silver line repair cost, and then also for the Albatros 20,000 silver lines repair cost, you are only roughly with those 3 ships, if you get taken out, at 100,000 silver line repair costs. And I can recall multiple battles in the KMS Köln or the Emden where I killed multiple destroyers, patrol boats, enemy cruisers, up to double aces. Then a suicide plane came and just, you know, knocked me out of the water without me being able to do anything effectively about it. You know, I didn't even break even despite winning the game with a premium account. So the future gets more and more expensive, and Gaijin really doesn't seem like to change here the silver line income, the rewards overall, the repair costs, the purchase prices. It's going up rather than down. And in the beginning it was just so much better. It was just so much more reliable to earn silver lines and just get a big amount of silver lines. Now for people that are not playing tanks, they don't really feel it that much. Within the world of planes, at least in terms of silver lines, the world is still okay. And you get a decent amount of credits. You don't really necessarily need a premium plane, in my opinion, if you're really only interested in playing planes, in RRB at least. But, you know, more and more people are going to tank RB, air RB is neglected, ships are in a very poor state as well. So it's mostly about tank RB. At least that's what I observe here with the queue times, with the amount of players in the queue. It's just all about tank RB. And that is one of the most expensive game modes, if you will. In the past, I was solely responsible for annoying team after team here with the bomber spam 3 to 4 years ago. I'm now in my approaching 6th year of playing this game. And just to give you here a brief comparison, I think it was the patch before helicopters came out, where then I was on a dev server, and I just bought everything and then went down to 75 million civil lines with all the helicopters, high tier tanks, ships, you name it, bought. And I thought to myself, ow, that's gonna be expensive. And I never want to use here, you know, golden eagles to transfer them in civil lines out of pure principle. That is the last, well, if you will, the last thing that I want to play for myself. Because if you make YouTube and you want to have everything, you just simply cannot effectively play for all of it. At least I can't. You know, this can't be the second job. This can't be the third thing in my life next to the job and the girlfriend and playing War Thunder. It's barely possible. So I think it's overstretched. The old system is massively overstretched. Back to the topic. So I went down to like 75 million, and on the live server I then went back frantically acquiring silver lines, went up to 130 million, and then 3 patches later, including this patch, I was down again to 79 million. 78 million if I can recall it correctly. So that was spending roughly 50 million silver lines on purchasing the tanks, getting them into the expert qualification, getting them into a crew, buying all the ammunition, and you name it. Despite having a premium account, despite getting some of the tanks, you know, from Gaijin. And now I again played so much to get back to 100 million silver lines. I obviously try to get so much more before the next patch drops, because it's not getting cheaper. And I don't know how long I can sustain this before I never will get back to 100 million silver lines. Now you might think, oh, you drama queen, what are you even complaining about? But this 100 million silver lines was always the level of how to judge how a patch goes. You know, this is how much I have, practically enough for that one patch, but can I get back to it by playing? The answer is barely. I have to play the most overpowered vehicles with the premium account, with the silver line boosters, with the orders, wages, you name it, to actually then have a decent amount of profit. And I play more than the average player. Some say the average player doesn't exist. I highly would doubt this statement, but it's open for discussion. So I don't know how War Thunder themselves are thinking about the future of War Thunder, because it's an endless grind, you know. It's really endless. After 6 years, to be honest, I give you here a little secret, a little dirty secret. In order to get everything that there is in War Thunder as fast as possible, and still have somewhat less grinding, I actually made this YouTube channel to get into the Gaijin partnership program, and it is more efficiently to play specific tanks battle after battle and then make video footage and then request the stuff from Gaijin than to play it for yourself. And I'm not talking only about the patches where there is a new nation, where there is a new tech tree, tanks, ship, planes, helicopters, you name it. And helicopters are even left aside. So it is a pretty hefty grind. And for this effort that I just had, 1 plane, 12 kills, 1 assist, multiple hits, I got 120,000 silver lines without a booster, without an order, wager, you name it. So that is the pure profit here. The repair costs were relatively cheap, nearly 11,300 modification research points with the Survivor Award, not the Survivor Award, with the Heavy Metal Hero Award. That's it for me today. Thanks for watching, thanks for listening. Let me know about your amounts of silver lines. I know it's a stretch topic on my channel, but I still think it is a interesting topic to talk about. What are your experiences? Tell me about your experience from the past, the present, what do you expect for the future? And as usual, thanks for watching, thanks for listening. Please give this video a like, give it a subscribe if you want to see more, and we'll see each other in the skies, on the waves, and on the battlefields of War Thunder.